Hi everyone and welcome to another recipe video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make these super cute Matcha Langues biscuits. Now langue de chat literally means cat's tongues in French, which is why I am showing you this bowl now because I had no idea what to do for the opening, because usually there's a key ingredient but these are literally just buttered biscuits. So without further ado, let's go. First you're going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees C. And you're going to see how quick and easy these biscuits are to make. Now take 100 grams of unsalted butter which has been softened at room temperature and add 100 grams of caster sugar. Now add just a pinch of salt to bring out that flavour, and we're going to give it a good stir to cream that butter and sugar together. You don't need to use an electric whisk here, just use a wooden spoon is fine. And we're going to beat it up until it's pale and fluffy and light, just like this. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients. So that's 90 grams of plain flour and 10 grams of matcha powder, and this is our green tea. And to make sure there are no lumps, we're going to sift that in. And this is a ridiculously big sieve. I need to invest in a slightly smaller one. But you know, it works. You probably realised, but the reason why these biscuits are called langue de chat, or cat's tongues, is because of their long shape, which kind of look like cat's tongues. Right, now that's all the sifting done, we're just going to stir this together. And it will seem kind of dry at first, but don't worry, keep going, and it will eventually form this thick paste that you're seeing right here. Now the next ingredient is egg whites, and this is an excellent recipe if you've just made custard or something else with just egg yolks and you have egg whites left over. So here, as you can see, I've added in 3, and I'm going to give this another good stir until it forms a really smooth batter. And that's basically it in terms of ingredients for the biscuits. In any case, really simple. So now I'm just going to shift this away and scoop it into a piping bag with a round tip. And I've also prepared a couple of large baking trays of non-stick baking paper. Now what you want to do is pipe long logs like this, and make sure you leave plenty of room between each one because they're going to spread quite a bit. So at the moment they seem a bit puffy, but don't worry, they do flatten in the oven, which you'll see in a little bit, and that creates the cat tongue shape. You don't have to make strip shapes, this is just a traditional shape. In fact, sometimes you'll find them in squares or discs, which I will make another time, but for now, let's concentrate on the tongues. These will make about 40, maybe 30 or 40, it depends on how big you make them. In this size, I made about 40, so make sure you have a couple of trays lined up ready. And you want to bake each batch for 8 to 10 minutes until they're just browning on the edges, like you can see here. And then simply cool them completely on a wire rack and it'll be really nice and crisp. Now if you want to go a step further like I have, take 1 egg white and beat it until frothy, because we're about to make a royal icing for those cat faces. So you don't have to beat it until it's meringue, just until it's a little bit white and pale and fluffy like this. And then we're going to add 115 grams of icing sugar. And this might be just the right amount to create a really nice pipeable consistency, but it depends on the size of your egg whites. And also, if you had a sharp eye, you would have seen I added 1 gram more of icing sugar than I said, and this does affect the consistency of the icing, so this is a bit too thick for my liking, so I'm adding 1 teaspoonful of water. But just use your judgment and eyeball it, because you want a thin, runny but not too runny consistency so it holds its own when you pipe it. And finally we're going to colour it, and I've chosen pink. And a thick gel or paste colouring is best here rather than a liquid one, because you don't want to thin out the icing even more at this stage. So give it a good mix until it's all well incorporated, and pop this in a piping bag with a small round tip. And now it's time to pipe our faces on, which is my favourite part. Don't feel like you have to ice these biscuits at all, by the way. They are incredibly delicious by themselves, as is traditionally how they're eaten. They're just so buttery and crisp and lovely. I was just feeling a little bit extra, and I'm a sucker for cute things, so, you know, cat faces. But if you do, just let them dry for a couple of hours and you are done. Thanks for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you will join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, and find me on Instagram as tashcakestastes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you liked it to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you guys later. Be good, be nice, and have a good week.